In the vast story of world history, few rulers have shaped the modern world as deeply as Queen Victoria. A woman who rose to power at just 18 and went on to rule an empire so large people said, "The sun never sets on the British Empire." This is the tale of a queen, a wife, a mother, a symbol, and the empress of nearly half the world. Welcome to the Victorian Age. Chapter 1. A child destined for power. Born on May 24, 1819, Victoria Alexandrina was not expected to become queen. She was fifth in line to the throne. Her father died when she was just 8 months old. Her childhood was strict, lonely, and heavily controlled by her mother and her advisor, Sir John Conroy. But inside this quiet little girl was a strong will, a voice waiting to rise. By the time Victoria turned 18, fate had cleared the path for her. Every person ahead of her died without heirs, and on June 20th, 1837, early in the morning, she was awakened with historic words. "Your Majesty, your uncle King William IV is dead. You are now the Queen of England." Chapter 2. The young queen takes control. Imagine, a teenage girl suddenly ruling one of the world's greatest nations. But Victoria surprised everyone. She refused to be controlled by her mother's advisors. She moved into Buckingham Palace alone. She started attending meetings, signing documents, and learning state affairs directly from Prime Minister Lord Melbourne. People expected failure, but she ruled with maturity beyond her age. Her confidence, her intelligence, and her discipline stunned the world. The Victorian era had begun. Chapter 3. The Royal Love Story. Victoria's life changed forever in 1840, when she met Prince Albert of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha. He was handsome, educated, gentle, and more importantly, he understood Victoria. Their love was real, not political. Victoria broke tradition and proposed to him herself. Their marriage was one of the most beautiful royal partnerships in history. Together they had 9 children, who would later marry into the royal families of Europe, earning Victoria the nickname, the Grandmother of Europe. Albert became not just her husband, but her trusted advisor. He pushed Britain towards science, education, museums, reforms, and the Great Exhibition of 1851, a global showcase of inventions that symbolized the Victorian Age. Chapter 4. The Rise of the British Empire. Under Queen Victoria's reign, Britain expanded across continents: India, Australia, Canada, South Africa, Egypt, Caribbean islands, Southeast Asia, Pacific Islands. By the late 1800s, over 450 million people lived under her authority. Britain built railways, telegraph systems, industries, factories, and global trade routes. And in 1876, Victoria received the title Empress of India. No queen before or after has ever ruled an empire this vast. The world map was painted red, the color of the British Empire. Chapter 5. The dark years, pain, loss, and sorrow, but behind the royal crown was a woman who suffered devastating grief. In December 1861, Prince Albert died suddenly at age 42. Victoria was shattered. Her diary describes her heartbreak. "My life as I knew it is over." She wore black clothes for the next 40 years. She refused public life. She barely left her room. Her sorrow was so deep that people called her the Widow of Windsor. But even in grief, she remained queen. She continued signing papers, guiding ministers, and keeping the empire stable. Her endurance became a symbol of strength. Chapter 6. Technology and Progress of the Victorian Age. The Victorian era wasn't just about empire. It was an age of transformation. During Victoria's reign, the world changed forever. The telephone was invented. Electricity arrived. Railways expanded globally. The first photographs appeared. Medical science. Advanced steamships connected continents. Education systems improved factories and industries, revolutionized life. It was a time of innovation, growth, and reform. Her rule turned Britain into the world's engine of progress. Chapter 7. Politics, prime ministers, and power. Queen Victoria worked with 10 prime ministers, but her favorites were Lord Melbourne, her mentor, friend, and father figure, Benjamin Disraeli, the man who made her Empress of India. She said, "He flatters me." William Gladstone, a brilliant leader she famously disliked because he lectured her like a teacher. Even though Britain had democracy, Victoria still controlled major decisions, ambassadors, and royal influence over governments, quietly but powerfully. Chapter 8. Final Days and Death of a Legend. After ruling for 63 years and 216 days, Queen Victoria became the longest-serving monarch of her time. On January 22, 1901, at age 81, she passed away at Osborne House on the Isle of Wight. Her death ended the Victorian era, and the world changed forever. Crowds lined the streets of London. Millions mourned her. The empress who ruled half the world was gone. Conclusion: Legacy of Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria shaped the modern world. Her empire, her reforms, her era of science, industry, and global influence all left a mark that still exists today. She wasn't just a queen. She was the symbol of an age. A woman who ruled with strength, heart, emotion, and resilience. Her legacy lives on in buildings, governments, traditions, and the very map of the world. This was Queen Victoria, the Empress of the world.